Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you have ever felt a woman pulling you closer without ever saying the words, and it left you confused, uneasy, almost obsessed, this video is about to expose something most men live their entire lives without understanding. What I'm about to tell you is subtle, emotional, and once you see it, you will never unsee it. Before we go any deeper, take 1 second to subscribe to this channel and like this video. I speak to men who want truth, not fairy tales, and what you learn here can change how women respond to you for the rest of your life. I am speaking to you not as a friend or a flirt, but as a female psychologist who has listened to thousands of women confess what they never tell men directly. And here is the uncomfortable truth. When a woman wants you, she almost never says it. She shows it in ways designed to test your emotional awareness, your confidence, and your self-respect. The first signal nearly every man misses is emotional invitation. When a woman wants you, she creates openings, not conclusions. She brings up personal stories without being asked. She asks questions that have nothing to do with facts and everything to do with how you feel. She lingers after the conversation should have ended. This is not accidental. It is her way of asking, do you feel me? Do you notice me? Do you feel safe stepping closer? Most men ruin this moment by trying to impress or perform, but what she is watching is far simpler. She watches how you respond emotionally. Do you rush to fill silence? Do you seek approval? Do you stay grounded? Your emotional posture here tells her more than words ever could. Another sign is controlled vulnerability. When a woman wants you, she will reveal something small but real. A fear, a frustration, a quiet dream. This is not oversharing. It is a doorway. If you dismiss it or joke it away, the door closes. If you acknowledge it calmly, the bond deepens. Understand this deeply. Attraction is not built through chasing. It is built through presence. When a woman wants you, she is asking you to recognize the invitation in front of you. The men who miss this are not unattractive. They are emotionally unaware. Awareness, once learned, changes everything. When a woman wants you, her behavior begins to bend around your presence in ways that feel quiet, but intentional. This is where most men get it wrong, because they are trained to look for obvious signals instead of psychological ones. Women rarely pursue directly. They position. One of the strongest signals is priority distortion. Watch what happens to her time. She suddenly becomes flexible for you in ways she is not for others. She replies faster than she claims she usually does. She happens to be free when you suggest something simple. She remembers details you mentioned once and brings them back later. This is not politeness. This is investment. Time is emotional currency, and she is spending it on you deliberately. Another signal is emotional mirroring. When a woman wants you, she unconsciously syncs with your emotional state. If you slow down, she slows down. If you speak softly, she matches your tone. If you open up slightly, she follows just behind you. This is her nervous system saying, I feel safe here. Men often mistake this for friendliness and miss the deeper meaning. Pay close attention to how she reacts when you pull back slightly. Not disappearing, not playing games, just returning to your center. If she increases effort, asks where you've been, or creates a reason to reconnect, that is not coincidence. Desire responds to space. Women who want you feel that space immediately. There is also something more subtle, and this one is rarely talked about. When a woman wants you, she challenges you emotionally. She may tease you, question you, or lightly test your boundaries. This is not disrespect. This is curiosity mixed with attraction. She is asking, are you stable? Are you secure? Or will you collapse under pressure? Men who react defensively fail this test. Men who respond calmly, with self-respect and grounded humor, pass without even trying. And when you pass, her attraction deepens quietly but powerfully. Here is what you must understand. Women do not fall for words. They fall for emotional consistency. They are watching how you hold yourself when nothing dramatic is happening, how you listen, how you pause, how you respond without needing to control the outcome. If you learn to recognize these signals, you stop chasing certainty and start reading reality. And reality, when you see it clearly, is far more honest than words ever will be. When a woman wants you, her body begins to communicate before her mouth ever does. This is where psychology becomes visible and where most men stop paying attention. They hear words and misalignment, but desire lives in alignment. Watch her orientation. Her body turns toward you even when her words are casual. Her feet point at you. Her shoulders stay open. She leans in without realizing it, then catches herself and stays anyway. This is not learned behavior. This is instinct. The body moves toward what it wants. Another signal is comfort escalation. She finds reasons to exist closer to you, sitting next to you instead of across, standing within your space without tension, letting moments of silence stretch instead of filling them. Silence with someone you do not want feels awkward. Silence with someone you desire feels charged. Then there is eye contact, not the obvious staring, but the timing. She holds eye contact a beat longer than necessary, then looks away slowly, or she looks at you while you are speaking, not to respond, but to absorb. This is attention without agenda, and it is rare. What men often misread is nervous energy. When a woman wants you, she may fidget, play with her hair, adjust her clothes, or laugh slightly more than the moment requires. This is not boredom. This is arousal mixed with restraint. Her nervous system is activated, and she is managing it. Here is the mistake most men make. They respond to these signals with urgency. They rush. They lean too far forward. They try to lock things down verbally, and in doing so, they collapse the polarity that created attraction in the first place. The correct response is grounded awareness. You notice without grabbing. You remain present without pressing. You allow the tension to exist without needing to resolve it immediately. This signals emotional maturity, and emotional maturity is deeply attractive. Understand this clearly. Women are not drawn to men who chase signals. They are drawn to men who are comfortable receiving them. When you are relaxed in the presence of attraction, it tells her you are familiar with it, not desperate for it. Desire grows in the space between what is felt and what is said. If you learn to respect that space, you stop missing what has been right in front of you all along. When a woman wants you, she begins to reveal preference, not approval. This is where men get trapped chasing validation instead of recognizing selection. She is no longer trying to be liked by you. She is quietly showing that she likes you. You will notice she treats you differently than other men, not dramatically, but specifically. She laughs a little more freely with you. She listens more closely. She allows herself to be seen as imperfect around you. This is not comfort alone. This is emotional exposure, and exposure is risky, which means it is intentional. Another powerful sign is future inclusion. She mentions things that place you in her mental landscape ahead of time. Not promises, not plans, but subtle language. You would like this place. This reminds me of you. Next time we should try this. These are not logistics. They are psychological placement. She is testing whether you naturally fit into her world. Men often respond to this by overcommitting verbally, trying to secure certainty. This kills attraction. What she is watching is not what you say, but how you carry yourself when invited forward. Do you stay relaxed? Do you remain grounded? Or do you rush to define what has not yet unfolded? Pay attention to emotional contrast. When a woman wants you, she allows moments of softness followed by distance. This is not manipulation. This is regulation. She is managing her desire while watching how you respond to uncertainty. Men who panic at emotional fluctuation communicate insecurity. Men who remain steady communicate safety. There is also something deeper happening beneath the surface. When a woman wants you, she starts to care how you see her, not in a needy way, but in a selective way. Your opinion begins to matter more than others. She may ask questions about your values, your standards, your perspective on relationships. This is not curiosity. This is alignment checking. Here is the truth most men never hear. A woman does not want to be convinced. She wants to feel chosen while choosing. Attraction is mutual recognition, not pursuit. The men who miss this keep performing. They explain themselves, they sell themselves, they try to lock in interest, and women feel this immediately. It creates pressure, not connection. When you recognize preference instead of chasing approval, your energy changes. You stop trying to be impressive and start being present. And presence is the language attraction understands best. When a woman wants you, she begins to create emotional gravity. This is the phase where her interest stops floating and starts pulling. Most men feel it, but they don't understand it, so they misinterpret it as mixed signals. It isn't. It's escalation with restraint. She starts to react emotionally to your absence, not dramatically, not with accusations, but with curiosity. You've been quiet. I haven't heard from you. This is not checking in. This is revealing attachment without surrendering power. She is letting you see that your presence affects her emotional state. You will also notice heightened sensitivity to your attention. When you give it, she warms. When you withdraw it slightly, she notices immediately. This tells you something critical. You matter. Your energy is registered. Men who don't recognize this either ignore it or exploit it. Both destroy attraction. Another sign is emotional correction. When a woman wants you, she may gently correct how you perceive her. I'm not actually like that. That's not what I meant. This is subtle, but profound. She cares about being understood by you specifically. Understanding creates intimacy, and intimacy requires accuracy. Pay attention to how she speaks about other men around you. If she minimizes them, dismisses them, or frames them as irrelevant, she is clearing psychological space. She is not competing. She is signaling availability without announcing it. Here is where many men sabotage everything. They sense attachment and rush to claim it. They increase pressure. They demand clarity. They push for labels. But attraction thrives in emotional safety, not emotional force. The strongest response is calm leadership. You don't withdraw. You don't chase. You remain consistent. You respond with warmth, but you don't lose your center. This balance tells her something powerful. You can hold desire without being controlled by it. Women are drawn to men who regulate themselves emotionally. A man who does not panic when connection deepens is rare. And rarity creates value. There is a quiet moment every woman experiences when she realizes she wants a man more than she planned to. In that moment, she watches closely, not to judge, but to decide. Is this man grounded enough to step into something real, or will he collapse into need? If you understand this phase, you stop misreading depth as danger. You stop confusing attraction with instability, and you begin to move with confidence instead of fear. When a woman wants you, she is not asking you to chase her. She is watching to see if you can stand still without losing her. When a woman truly wants you, she begins to lower her guard in ways that are almost invisible unless you know what to look for. This is not dramatic vulnerability. It is selective softness. She relaxes around you. Her tone changes. Her defenses quiet down. And this is where the dynamic becomes serious. You will notice she stops performing. She is less concerned with being impressive and more interested in being real. She may show you moments of fatigue, uncertainty, or emotional honesty she hides from others. This is not weakness. This is trust. And trust is only given where desire already exists. Another sign is emotional accountability. When a woman wants you, she starts caring about how her actions affect you. She may clarify misunderstandings without being asked. She may apologize softly, without drama. This tells you she is invested in maintaining emotional harmony with you specifically. That level of care is never accidental. Watch how she responds to your boundaries. When you say no, when you slow things down, when you hold your standards calmly, does she respect it? A woman who wants you does not push against your boundaries. She adapts to them. Respect is attraction's quieter twin, and they grow together. There is also a moment many men overlook. When a woman wants you, she allows you to lead emotionally, not control, not dominate, but guide. She listens when you speak about values. She considers your perspective. She lets your calm influence her emotional state. This is not submission. This is trust in your stability. Men who try to force leadership lose it. Men who embody it naturally never have to announce it. Emotional leadership comes from self-regulation, not authority. At this stage, many men sabotage everything by revealing insecurity. They seek reassurance. They ask where they stand. They look for guarantees. But attraction does not need interrogation. It needs space to breathe. Here is the truth. A woman does not want a man who needs her desire to feel whole. She wants a man who can hold her desire without losing himself. When you stay grounded, you give her permission to go deeper without fear. Desire intensifies when safety is present, and safety is not created through words. It is created through consistency, boundaries, and calm confidence. When a woman wants you, she is not waiting for you to convince her. She is waiting to see if you are emotionally solid enough to step into what is already forming. Most men miss this because they mistake intensity for intimacy. But intimacy is quiet, and when you learn to recognize quiet desire, you stop chasing noise and start attracting depth. When a woman wants you, the final signal is not excitement, it is surrender of resistance. This is the moment where her uncertainty fades, not because you pushed it away, but because you never triggered it. And this is the moment most men never reach because they misunderstand what it requires. You will feel it in her calm. The conversations stop circling. The emotional testing softens. She no longer needs to check your stability because you have shown it consistently. Her energy becomes open, steady, and warm. This is not boredom, this is trust settling in. At this stage, she stops holding back emotionally. She shares plans without hesitation. She speaks honestly about what she wants in life and relationships. She becomes receptive instead of guarded. This is her nervous system saying, I no longer need armor here. Here is the part that separates men permanently. When a woman wants you, she watches what you do with her openness. Do you stay grounded or do you inflate? Do you remain consistent or do you become careless? Desire does not disappear when it feels safe. It deepens, but only if it is handled with respect. Many men relax their standards once they feel wanted. They stop leading themselves. They become emotionally lazy. And attraction fades not because she changed, but because the man did. A woman wants a man who continues to choose himself while choosing her, who maintains his purpose, his boundaries, his emotional center, not because she demands it, but because it is who he is. Here is the truth women rarely say out loud. Wanting a man is vulnerable. It requires trust in his emotional maturity. When she wants you, she is not giving you power over her. She is offering connection, and connection survives only when it is met with strength, not control. If you have missed these signs in the past, it does not mean women didn't want you. It means you were never taught how desire actually communicates, and that is not your fault. What matters is this. Once you learn to recognize how a woman tells you she wants you, you stop forcing outcomes. You stop chasing clarity. You stop performing for approval. You become calm, observant, grounded, and that version of you is rare. Women do not fall for men who demand desire. They fall for men who can hold it without fear. If this video shifted how you see attraction, stay with this channel. What you are learning here is not tactics, it is awareness, and awareness changes everything.